Good afternoon, ma'am, and hello, everyone. Welcome to our
Good
Know Your
afternoon.
Alumni series. Steve Jobs once said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle." Today, we have with us our esteemed alumni of our college, Ishita Selvi, ma'am. Ishita ma'am has a rich industry experience of over a decade and is an esteemed alum of class of 2003 Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. She is currently working as the Vice President, Research and Innovations at Apollo Research Innovations and has acquired an enriched experience working in the marketing, strategy, and business development roles with other organizations. It is an honor to have you among us, ma'am. So,
Thank you.
moving on, let us start with the initiative of Know Your Alumni. Ma'am, you have a vast experience of over a decade in the field of market analysis, gaining customer insights, strategy, and business development, and now in research and innovation. Kindly share your experience of working in these domains and how they are interdependent on each other.
Okay. I think what has really worked for me is being industry agnostic, right? So while my peer have worked in one industry over the last 15, 16 years and are today renowned SMEs in their spaces, for me it has been more about exploring different industries and a variety of work. So when I started out, I joined the performance chemicals divisions of Jubilant Organisms. Today, Jubilant is a well-known life sciences company, but initially it was a chemicals company, and I did join the marketing and business development function for one of their chemicals divisions. I was lucky; I got a chance to work in strategy and also be a part of two international acquisitions that Jubilant did at that time. And that is where I realized that I really enjoyed the whole space of mergers and acquisitions. And from the industry, I actually moved to mergers and acquisitions on the consulting side. I joined an organization called Grant Thornton. It's the fifth largest accounting and advisory firm in the world, and they were just setting up their M&A practice in India. So I was one of the first two or three people to have joined that team, and that kind of was an advantage because I again got to work in a whole variety of industries. I got to work around from logistics to FMCG, from pharma to infant nutrition. It was a good exposure to a whole variety of industries, right? So after having spent a good amount of time within the M&A domain, I actually moved to a completely new field. I joined Hewlett Packard as part of their market intelligence and customer insights team. So again, a very new kind of work, a very different industry. And having spent a good amount of 5, 6 years there, I then moved to my current role, which is to lead research and innovations for the country's largest private healthcare provider. So again, this is obviously a very exciting place to be in, especially healthcare in today's scenario is undoubtedly it's under a lot of importance, but I think whatever job you choose, whatever industry you work in, what you learn in that first year of your MBA, right? The basic accounting, the finance, the HR, marketing, that is what forms the base of whatever it is that you're going to do. So while work experience does add a lot of value over the years, I think you're being well prepared for any kind of work that you choose to do in the future, and that for me has worked pretty well in the last 16 years.
Yes, ma'am. So, as you mentioned about the healthcare sector and your experience in this, given the recent pandemic and how the world has seen the immense pressure on the research and innovation of healthcare sector in terms of coming up with a vaccine, can you give us some insights about the different challenges faced in terms of research and innovation?
Sure. So I would break it up into two parts, into research and innovations. Research, for the most part, is actually what happens inside a lab. to put it very simply, right? And a lot of that work is actually academic in nature and unfortunately remains so. So it stays in the lab. The biggest challenge, especially in healthcare, is to move that research from the lab into translate it into a marketable product, so that you can basically improve patient outcomes in one way or the other. The vaccines, I would not delve into that because that is more of a pharma domain, and I'm the next to be able to speak on that. But in terms of healthcare, going on to innovations, and this is where it becomes really broad, right? Because you're looking at devices, you're looking at processes, technologies, software, and yeah, and the way starting from something as simple as your problem statement, you'll be surprised how many people across the world get that basic starting point wrong. And well, if your problem statement is not well defined, all that effort in terms of time, money that you're putting in all goes to waste. So, being part of the innovations team here at Apollo, we get to see a lot of healthcare innovations from across the globe, right? And we realized that the issues that whether you're an Indian startup or you're an international startup, the issues are still the same. No incubator in the country presently is backed by a hospital. So you have engineers developing devices, not knowing how a doctor is going to actually use it. And I know it sounds, when you think of it, it sounds very logical that obviously a doctor needs to be involved, but you will be surprised to know that they're really not until the product is ready and to be taken to the market. And having observed all of those problems, we actually came up. We've launched an innovation center here at Apollo Hyderabad, and the idea is to provide a platform to startups, both Indian and international, open up the entire healthcare space that Apollo has, and provide them access to doctors, to nurses, to patients, to pharmacies, anything that they need, right from idea generation to prototype creating, testing, validation, because each of these are actually challenges that an innovator faces. So, in our own small way, we're trying to give back to the innovation industry within healthcare by giving them access to everything that we can, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to address a lot of those challenges that innovators face in the healthcare.
That's a great job, ma'am. Ma'am, moving on. You have done your MBA in finance and marketing, and now with so much of industry experience, I'd like to ask you that apart from the curriculum, what might set a person to stand out while looking forward to making a career in finance and marketing?
Okay. So I would say a positive attitude, a clarity of thought, and honesty. Right. Always be true to yourself. Work smart, and well, be absolutely clear what you're doing and why you're doing it for. As long as you have those things in mind, I mean, irrespective of what field you choose, I think you'll be able to succeed.
The last question, ma'am. We would like to have a word of advice from your side for the current batches to brace themselves for the upcoming endeavors in the industry, ma'am.
Okay, so I think the one thing this year has taught us is that the world as we know it has changed, right? So even though we are, I mean, XIM is preparing you for a corporate life. That corporate structure has changed. Companies have been forced to innovate. They're forced to think of new working models, whether it is working from home or in hospitals. How do we get doctors to the patients through virtual consultations? A lot has changed. So my one piece of advice to the current batch would be that while you are ready to enter the corporate world, just remember that that world is changing, right? So be flexible, adapt quickly, and maybe if required, also unlearn a few things because you don't know what this world is going to look like on the other side of the pandemic. So yeah, just be flexible is what would really work in the current situation.
That's a great advice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your time with us, ma'am. It was a pleasure having you among us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much,
having
ma'am.